That and welcome to the Right Man podcast. We are with J Faith and Life on the Rise.
Not on the low, but on the rise.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that we're actually live, though. Because that's always a good thing, and we got to make sure that we hear each other. Because that happens too sometimes, You go live, and then people are like, oh, hey.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Actually, well, thank you to Gmail for telling me that we were live on YouTube. Listen, we are not your standard podcast. We're
different.
We're different. We like to try different things and just make sure that everything is working. And we are live on Facebook. So Facebook, YouTube, what's up, everybody? Be sure to tap in. We are here. I'm going to share this real quick because we'd love to have some people in here. We are live right now. Say what's up. Hopefully, people, get some people to come in, comment. Overcoming adversity. I know this girl too. Word. Get your feet. And so I hope that everybody is cool. I want to say God bless everybody first and foremost. As always, let me take Wabam. Listen, got to do it for the gram. Not, as much as we love social media, right? We are. But you know what?
I love social media. It's my home, man.
Yeah?
I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Not gonna lie, for like half a second, I was like, "Yo, is this dude?" I was like, "Maybe he's serious. Maybe he'd
rather be trapped in there." And
right. That's like, I was watching. I mean, we'll talk about other shows, but Black Mirror. I think there was like a social media one on there too. Like people just so obsessed.
Dude, that was crazy. Like the freaking walls were like the phone screens, and like there was no remotes or anything. Like their day to day was like just like getting on a bike, just like riding the bike, because like as a form of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was your form. It was their form of currency, and then I think if you dropped below a certain point, like you were kicked off or something.
Yeah,
I forget. I think didn't they kill you off?
They killed you off.
I feel like they killed you off if you like had a negative balance or something.
Yeah,
I think that was good. Oh yeah, because the girl was like doing I think she was like doing all these things or trying to do. Oh no, there was the bike one, and then wasn't there one where it was in the real world where like she was taking pictures, and then like she ended up doing something and it like decreased her following, and then like everybody deserted her.
Yeah,
I think there was two of them because that's how important the social media aspect.
Yeah, like I feel like most of it. I mean, some episodes were out of pocket and just like, okay, why did you even like put this in here? You know what I mean? Like the whole point should be like, if you're not careful, then like everything is going to become like technological. Then that's the only thing you're going to depend on. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's already like that, but like if the walls were screens, like.
I feel like
that's scary.
We were kind of talking about this before, but
and like to
hold on. we were talking about this before, where there have been many references, whether it be we're different. Okay, cool. Where we've had examples of certain things that in the end were very bad ideas.
Yeah.
And it didn't end well. And then now all you see are those things coming to life. Like we said, like social media, we're like, oh, social media is going to take over and we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And then now you have like Black Mirror showcasing it. And obviously you just see it in everyday pop culture of just how obsessed we are with our phones. I mean, I have mine in my hand right now.
Yeah.
To iRobot, now there's AI. To Jurassic Park, now they're trying to recreate dinosaurs. We had the evidence of what that would be. Why are we trying to do these things still?
Right.
Like, did we not learn our lessons in the cinematic adventures that we took?
No.
Yeah, no. They were just like, yeah, no. We're still gonna do it anyways. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Let's go. Well, if we were alive. Evidence of what that would be. Why are we trying to do these things still?
Right.
I'm gonna just send this thing for a loop in a second. But anyways, all right, cool. Welcome everybody. Welcome episode 141. As we said, as Life beautifully introduced. Welcome everybody. Let me make sure I got my cameras right. What's up? Yeah, man, we are here. Shout out to Krispy. I know he's not here. We did advertise that we were going to be live, so we want to, keep our promises and go live and have a little fun with with people. Make sure if you want to tap in, come comment, drop some comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. We appreciate all of you for tuning in. But yeah, shout out to Krispy, who's not here, just had some other things turn, and is just not here. But shout out to you, bro. We love you, man. We miss you. It's been a little bit since we've all been together since LeVar's episode, which is still super cool. It's just still just kind of floating in my heart.
He was dropping gems the whole entire time.
Dude, it's such a good episode. So please go check that out. Also, either I will not be offended after this, after you finish this episode that we are currently live in right now, or if you want to take a pause and head over to either YouTube, you could go to Apple Music, or you could go to Spotify and check out Amanda Marie's episode that dropped today, episode 140. Be sure to check that episode out.
Another great one.
Another great episode. We were able to tap in virtually, but we had a very great episode with Amanda Marie from Syracuse, New York, if I'm correct.
Syracuse,
super cool, super dope, great person to talk to. So make sure that you tap in with her as well. Lastly, if you're looking for any Christian merch, be sure to check out For His Glory. That's IV His Glory. You can get 15% off with promo code J_Faith Official. Show some love and just spread the word of God with everywhere. So appreciate them, appreciate you guys. If you want to grab, also Have More Faith. Hey, we got to promote. We ain't got no sponsors yet, which is cool, but if you want to grab some Have More Faith merch, we have that as well. And then lastly, shout out to Minds of One Collective Genius. Shout out to the team, shout out to the crew. Love y'all as well. Make sure that you tap in. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna write in our chat right now. Like, yo, come in and say what's up real quick. So I'm hitting the people up right now. I'm hitting the team up. I know you guys can't really see it, but I'm jumping in our group chat and I'm gonna see, hey guys, we're live. Come comment in on Facebook or YouTube. Gotta get some people, right? I mean, come on. Oh, I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. Like your phone just lit up. Well, yeah, duh, because we are in the same thing. We are in the same group chat. But anyways, I hope everybody is well. It has been an interesting couple of weeks for sure. How's everything been with you? I know we kind of met up a little bit last week, but how's everything been since last week?
Audio, pretty good. I dropped my new song, Priceless.
Word.
My EP is almost ready to go. I just got, still 2 more tracks to go to get mixed and mastered, but that's gonna be quick.
Yeah,
I've got the cover art, track lists. Yeah, just stay tuned for that.
Yeah. I think, I know that there's still work to be done, but me personally, I feel when you have the songs recorded and you know that they're in a good spot, I feel it's already just on the way. It's on the downhill, meaning like everything is just going to start falling together. You're almost at the finish line. You know what I mean? Like some people are like, oh, like, now we got to focus on the mixing and mastering. Yes, that is very important.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I'm like, dude, we're almost done.
Yeah.
Like we are approaching that finish line and to just completing this thing and just ready to share it out.
Yeah.
So that's super cool, man. Super dope.
Yeah.
I'm still working on the video with Krispy for my next single and just kind of start to releasing more music. It's definitely been a minute since I've released some music. I definitely want to just get back into making music. Start booking some shows. I'm going to be a little bit more open with my show selection, but still be mindful of it. In a sense, I want to make sure that it is worth it, but I'm kind of opening my options a little bit. for certain reasons. I just think there's a purpose for certain things.
You want to be careful that you're not doing like the same shows as we've done like years ago.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into some newer opportunities.
Right. Yeah. Some, more out of state.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Shout out to Amanda. Great idea. Definitely trying to get some out of state stuff versus just sticking homebound. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else.
Oh, I've got I landed a show in Maine.
Okay.
It's gonna be in Lebanon in July. It's like this festival, this like camp out thing, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be up there.
Is that the one B Snare was talking about? Or is this a completely different thing?
It might be different.
It could be different.
But yeah, like Miss Laura Michelle is
okay.
hosting
Shout
it.
out to Laura Michelle.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's called the Kickback Festival.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's like the first annual one, so
oh nice.
I'm excited for that. And then some of us from the collective are gonna be upstate New York
Dope.
in August.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. It's such a hard time for me to try to. I'm like seeing all the stuff pop in, and for me, as far as work, it's just hard because this is like my travel season.
Yeah.
So I don't want to book anything, and then they're like, yeah,
and then just be like, oh crap, I forgot this was happening. Like I was supposed to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it gets crazy. Because like it's basically for the summer through August. Like it's like every other week I'm basically gone.
Yeah.
And it's like there's one like I'm still waiting to hear about, which I may not find out for. Who knows? I might not find out till July for August, which I mean is standard.
Yeah.
But it's just waiting for that to drop. So I gotta kind of leave it open. I'm hoping we go. So it's the National Youth of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
National Military Youth of the Year event, which is usually the first week of August. So I'm hoping that we go for that specific event, but at the same time they do an event simultaneous with it.
Yeah.
Where you get to watch the National Military Youth of the Year event, which I would love to go for my kid that's participating in this. I would love for her to be participating in the event, not watching it.
Yeah.
But we are practicing very hard and diligently to make sure that she's good for regionals, which is in just a couple weeks, June 15th, the week of June 15th.
Yeah.
I'll be in New York. Super excited. I love that trip. Super fun trip.
It's super dope. I feel like you've had a few kids like get on that platform.
Yeah. Yeah. We've definitely been lucky too. I mean, we're in a unique situation. Not that it always turns out this way, but we are the only military club in Mass. So not that we get the automatic buy-in. I mean, she's still, any of our Youth of the Years, they still have to do the process. They still, I prepare them like they're going up against everybody in the world.
Yeah.
But also, they're going up against everybody in the world. But, my kid this year, she brought up a good point of, she's like, I'm really just up against myself. And I was like, that's actually a really good perspective to have, because you really are, because it's your story.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with everybody else's story. It's how you present yourself. It's how you present your story, whether it's through your essays or through your speech and interview. So, how you share that is going to, kind of determine how far you go.
Yeah.
Not that, having the label of, Regional Youth of the Year or National Youth of the Year diminishes what you're capable of or how far you can go as a person.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, when we go to regionals, I really want to try to kind of impose onto the kids, because I think sometimes they maybe don't advance to the next round, and then they're like, oh, this is it, like I'm done, or there's nothing left for me. And it's like, no, this continues way far. Don't think just because you don't have the label that you can't still be have the same impact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, obviously, like, as National Youth of the Year, you get a little bit more resources, but that doesn't mean, I mean, I've seen teens do it all the time where, they start something around here and then all of a sudden they're doing something nationally.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not impossible. It's just, get yourself around the right resources. By doing these events, you are already networking with people that could possibly, want to help you. We go to this dinner that has like 500 people, and there are, business people from, Comcast, military people, just all these big businesses that are there.
Yeah.
And they get to share their story and they get to hear it. And a lot of them will be like, hey, here's my business card. I'd love to hear more about your story, or I'd love to help you with, you trying to help the homeless or help with mental health, or, whatever their platform is.
Right.
That's an opportunity. So, and then, if you don't win, it's like you still get that person's card. The person is still invested in you.
You're still seen no matter what.
Yeah. So,
and like that, that could lead into like activism, or, being their own business person, or, working with other businesses, to present, what, they're trying to achieve and stuff.
Yeah. So it doesn't end there. So I really want to enforce the fact that, you keep going. Don't let it, even if you're going off to college the next year, like, don't let that limit you from what you can do. Like, I know,
I'm sure that's what some colleges look at it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great thing to have on your resume too. We had Janaya a couple times on the podcast, and she's in college now, and she's just doing a lot of like NAACP stuff at her school. She's getting really involved. And it's like, she didn't win National Youth of the, National Youth of the Year, National Military Youth of the Year.
Yeah, but she took what she learned and applied it.
Yeah, and now she's doing everything that she loves, and I hope that that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. I know that she is the type of person that would not do something that she didn't want to do.
Right.
So shout out to her as well for what she's doing. But so lots of travel this summer for sure. First week of June. I'm just making sure people aren't, commenting somewhere else. First week of June, I'll be in DC. Super excited for that. Found out going to the Pentagon.
Oh, wow.
Tour of the Pentagon. Super hyped for that. I've never been to the Pentagon. I've been to DC, but I've never been to the Pentagon. And then we're going to, the Nationals game. Nationals baseball game.
Oh, word. Okay.
Super hyped for that too. So lots of cool stuff that week, and then New York, and then I'll be in Chicago in July, which also super sick. Get to see L.Y.F.E again, so super cool for that.
Nice.
Yo, 13 ball, what up, kid? Yeah, what up, buddy? What's up, man? How's everything going? I feel like it's been a minute.
What's up?
Yeah. I feel like it's been a minute, but I hope you're doing good, buddy. Welcome to the pod, man. But yeah, so just lots of travel. I'm trying to keep up with everything because it's a huge process. To try to do all this stuff. So I'm trying to take it like one day at a time too, because I can't see a salute, bro. But yeah, all good things. All good things. Good. Love to hear that, man. Shout out to 13 Ball, shouting us out from Facebook. Appreciate you, man. Mine's a One Collective Genius, homie. As always. So yeah. Anything else? You got any other music? Any shows coming up? Anything?
Those are the only two I have so far.
Gotcha.
But I mean, a crap ton more music for sure.
Yeah.
It's not going to be just the 8. Over the last like year, 2 years, I probably cooked up a good like 50 or something.
Nice
songs.
Nice. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you can just kind of sit and just release and give it to the people.
Right.
Yeah, me and Mertz.
It's not the exact number. I lost track, but
yeah, right.
Whether they be done or in the process, like it's still a crap ton.
There's a lot in the catalog that is ready for the world to hear from L.Y.F E.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and Mertz have been working on a few beats. He just sent me another one too. From just sent me one. Not even one that we were initially working on, but it sounds super fire. So I'm super excited. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm trying to get into a more of a balance. I feel like I've been a little off on that balance in everything that I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to, I think, give myself some grace in how, in trying to get everything together in
Yeah.
the sense of, okay, you got the clothing, you got the pod, and you got your music. You being okay with, maybe not posting every day on certain things, or, working on everything every single day.
Yeah.
Like giving myself some grace to, like, kind of going back to what I used to do. And I feel like I was in a much better place too. And I just need to do it anyways. Is
Yeah.
like, Monday is work on the pod. Tuesday is, clothing. Wednesday is, music writing. Thursday is like a quick pod day. And then
Yeah.
like Friday is, working on music and clothing or something, just kind of
Yeah.
getting back to things. I feel like I've just kind of been solely focused on the pod, not in a bad way.
Oh, yeah.
I love doing it.
Because I mean, at the time it was just starting, so like,
Yeah.
trying to get stuff off the ground.
Yeah.
Of course, it helps to have me and Crispy.
Yeah.
And,
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Kayla at the time too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everybody has a hand in like different promotion, different ideas. We're all like sharing it. At the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why. So if anybody is watching, or 13, if you want to share this with anybody as well, we are looking for somebody that would like to join our podcast to help with just production, as far as recording, filming, and then just the post-production, so editing videos, putting some clips together, all those kind of fun things. Check out, probably might be our latest post on Instagram as of right now. Obviously we're going to have a couple more within the next couple of days depending on when you view this, but there is kind of a job posting, if you will. You could send not necessarily a resume, but just send, if you're interested,
just like a general description of like what you do and what you can bring to the table.
Yeah, exactly. Preferably somebody in-house, so kind of with us every single Wednesday, just to be on the same page with everything too. And obviously for some of the things that you'll see in the posts on kind of the job description of what we're looking for. But if anybody is interested, we would love to. I think we're at a good point to kind of add on to the team as far as that goes.
Yeah.
And that, I think that is part of what will kind of help me as well in kind of focusing on those other things, which we kind of talked about before. But and it's not like we need somebody that has major experience either. Obviously I would like you to have some knowledge in video editing and have some experience in it. But if you are also trying to kind of build and grow, this is the platform for you, because we have all been trying to build and grow in this podcast space, along with just the music, our continuous careers in the music space. So just for kicks, that was up in the thing. But yeah, so if anybody is interested, or if you know anybody, please send them our way. We're looking to grow this brand.
And if you're a cosmetologist, maybe you'll get some cornrows like
right. I know.
Wouldn't that be cool? Just like get cornrows on the
have a cool, that'd be an interesting episode. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would actually be cool. I think we should do some more like thematic, maybe for like the live ones.
Yeah,
we do some sort of like thematic, like we play like a game or something. You know what I mean? Like I have New Phone. Who This? Have you ever played that before?
No, I haven't.
I haven't gone deep into full-fledged games yet, but I mean, I've seen people play it. It's hilarious because it's like Cards Against Humanity, but it's text messages. So you'll have like one message, and then people submit what they feel the best response would be, and it gets interesting.
Oh, okay, so,
yeah. It's fun. I want to play. So we should maybe we'll see. I do want to bring Nyla on an episode too.
Yeah.
Maybe we're almost in June. Maybe June. Maybe our June one. I'll see if I can scoop her up, or see if Ashley can bring her over, and we'll have. I think she would be good, because she's pretty good. Like once she gets through the crazies of seeing everybody, Like, you know, we could probably get her. You know, if we're all just chilling, like I think we can get her to chill.
Yeah.
Life corn rolls live. Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just for case. Just
y'all heard it here.
Y'all heard it here first. We're gonna figure it out.
So just for case, if you know somebody that can do it, like,
yeah, we could find.
Bring them on.
Yeah, we could find somebody for sure. Man, we're almost at 150. That's super cool too, man. We gotta start figuring. Well, we do have some things in the works for episode 150, but we definitely want to. We're gonna keep kind of planning and get that squared away. That's gonna be super hype for that. 50 was interesting, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Oh, Chemix. I'm just looking at our group chat because everybody is.
That was crazy.
Saying what's up. Yeah, 50 was interesting, for sure. 7 people. 100. What did we do? You know what's crazy? I don't remember 100.
Oh wow.
Where were we for 100? We were here, right? For 100?
I think so.
Dude, what? How?
Was it? I think we like recaps like other episodes and
dude,
stuff.
Where the heck was I? Why do I? This is how you know. This is how you know how much stuff I'm literally just dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Goes by fast.
Dude, I can't remember. I mean, it's crazy that we're almost at 150. Hold on. I have to look this up because I'm losing my mind. Why? How do I not remember?
Yo, I think I've been on for like 110 episodes.
Okay, why does it go? Oh, okay. Because it has all my videos, and when we were initially on Patreon. Oh, what up, Chemic?
What's up?
When we were trying to do Patreon, it was like, because I see like episode 105, and then it's like 68, and I was like, wait, why is this timeline all jacked up? And then it goes to 106, but it's going off of upload date. All right, dude, what the heck? Oh, because that's where we fired everybody.
Right.
That's when we fired.
Yeah, we did that skit.
Yeah, that's the one. Yo, what up, Chemic? How you doing? What's going on? What's up? Shout out to Chemic. Also, mine's
MOCG in the house.
Yeah, MOCG showing lots of love tonight. I may have dropped something in our group chat, but hey, it takes an extra step to pop on a live. So appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's when I fired everybody, and then all of a sudden you guys showed up the next day for work. So
yeah,
it is what it is. No, that was a fun skit. We got to get some more skits like that for sure. Yeah, we're doing good, man. Chilling. Shout out to Chemic, just chilling. Got our monthly live episode. We're missing Krispy, like literally missing him in our hearts, but we know that he's here in spirit. But anywho, let's see. What were we initially gonna talk about? Let's see. Hold on.
Playoffs.
Okay.
The NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs. Truthfully, I am not. I don't want to say surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised. In the sense of like, did I want them to win? Of course, and I was hoping that they would win. But as it progressed through the playoffs, and obviously to what we have seen, I was kind of like, okay, so I can see where it's going.
Yeah.
It wasn't like everybody was healthy, everybody was good, and then
people just kept dropping off.
And they just tanked. It was just like they just did really bad. I don't know what it is. And then obviously Tatum got hurt.
Injuries are that was like the last straw. I'm like, yo, we're done. Unfortunately, hate to say it, but like injuries are just tough for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Especially in Achilles.
Whoa. Oh yeah, Porzingis was injured before the playoffs, I believe, and then he had that illness, the upper respiratory infection.
I think that,
and then JB played hurt. He had like a meniscus tear.
Yeah,
and still played on it, and then popped Achilles.
Yeah,
for Tatum.
Yeah, I mean that I think that's part of playoff basketball. Is you're gonna play hurt, and because you want to win, you made it that far, you got to kind of just push through those things. So I get Jaylen Brown for sure.
Yeah,
kind of playing through that now. Obviously go get it fixed.
Right. But still, like with the kind of depth we have a team where like, you know, you could put in the bench. They're all good enough to start, you know? So I wish they would have pulled it together a lot better, but you know, it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? It's the playoffs. Like anything can happen. It's kind of like March Madness.
Right. I think what was a little bit frustrating was game 5, where obviously Tatum is out.
Yeah.
And they literally at home just blew New York out of the water.
Yeah.
Because it told me that it was, I mean, I think it gave me a false sense of hope in the sense of, okay, like you guys can do this. You can do this. But I think just the capacity of Madison Square Garden was just a lot.
Yeah.
It's like when teams come to Boston.
Yeah.
Because Boston is, TD Garden is a lot.
Yeah.
So I think it was just, I mean, I think too, I mean, maybe the Jaylen Brown injury had some effect. You know, you can't really move as well, you know, so you're not doing the things that you normally would. And then obviously Porzingis, just the upper respiratory. You know, it takes a lot out of you, and you're trying to run up and down the court, and you're 7'1" and trying to move that body up and down the court.
And like I can imagine the pressure that you know, some of the other players are feeling, because like, you know, you now have like in the playoffs, you know, you're on the brink of elimination, and now you have to like, you know, carry the team in a way.
Yeah, that's a huge responsibility, you know, to kind of put on your shoulders. And so I think there was just a lot of factors, but it was still kind of disappointing I think the way that they went out was disappointing.
Yeah.
I think to kind of get blown out like that after a showing where you kind of did the same thing to them, I feel like you could have played a little bit better.
For sure.
I'm not in the locker room. I don't know the Celtics players, you know, whatever. But again, just going off what I've seen, you know, to be able to play like that, play like you did in game 5, and then just not give heart in game 6.
Yeah.
You know, I remember somebody said, you know, like game 5 was like, we're doing it for Tatum. And then game 6 was like, we just gave up.
Yeah.
Like we just didn't show up.
So it's like, we're done.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, no, keep fighting. Just because Tatum's not there, like it doesn't mean your playoff chances are completely gone. I mean, you showed it the last game 5.
Yeah.
You know, you showed that you can do it. You just have to bring that same intensity.
Exactly.
But I think moving forward, I think for me, I think the season was also not like, I wasn't surprised at like the kind of the decline, I guess you could say, and like the out of the playoffs that happened, because in watching them this season, and I don't know if I just didn't notice it last season. I mean, I did kind of notice it, but just the number of threes, dude, it's
ridiculous.
It's way too much when you have players that can play on the inside.
For sure. I mean, you know, if you're hitting, by all means, like fire away, but like you should be going in the paint when it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. That would be point number 1.
You got to drive, man. You know, drive and kick.
Yeah,
if it's open, shoot it. If not, you know, you can either dump it down, you know, pass it back out, call a play.
Yeah. That was my thing. Was one, if you're coming down the court, like, sorry, Kemek, I'll get to you in a second. If you're coming down the court, like one of the things I noticed was that like a lot of the possessions, and this is no just on Tatum, he can play, he can ball, he can hoop, but there were a lot of possessions where he wouldn't pass the ball.
Yeah,
he would dribble up, look at the 3-point line. I'm looking at the offense, and everybody is around the 3-point line.
Yeah,
there's nobody on the inside. So one, you're not going to get offensive rebounds. So I'd love to see the offensive rebound stats or the, you know, second chance points. I mean, granted, the rebound is probably going to be a little bit longer because you're shooting from further away, but that's neither here nor there. So you have nobody on the inside when you're shooting these threes. 2, Jason Tatum is pulling up. There's no pass.
Yeah.
It's just, let me try to one-on-one isolation.
You're double teamed.
You're double teamed, and then you're just shooting a 3, or you're literally just driving up, coming right off the thing and pulling a 3. It's like, dude, there's still 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Why are you ripping this 3 with so much time left?
Right.
And then 2, like you said, take the time dribble in, and then kick. You have the shooters, so you can trust the shooters.
Yeah.
But give them an opportunity to shoot a better percentage shot, meaning their defender is probably going to slide in for help defense, which means they're going to be a lot more open instead of trying to take a shot with somebody in their face.
Right.
So it's like if they did that way more often, like I think they would have done so much better.
Yeah.
But it was just constantly just three.
Yo, that irritated me. There was nobody moving, nobody cutting.
No.
They're just sitting out there, just like, just waiting.
Yeah, literally just, I'm like, what offense do you expect to run when everybody is around the perimeter, even your center? I'm like, dude, put Porzingis in the middle and run a freaking play.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you have to do. Even run a pick and roll to start. I mean, they did do a lot of pick and rolls, but it was a pick and roll to a 3.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing the pick and roll almost at half court?
Right.
So that you can get open for a 3? Like,
and then like sometimes you have the lane. Like, I'm screaming at the TV, like, that's your layup, bro. That's your layup, and you're kicking it out.
Dude, yes. Like, dude, so many times I would see them literally right underneath the basket, and then they would either dribble out and then turn and shoot a 3, which I'm like, dude, you're right under the basket, or they'd kick it out. Like, dude, you're right there.
Yeah.
I remember when I played basketball, if I was right under the basket, my coach didn't care if the 7'5" center was on top of me.
Yeah.
You put it up.
Yeah.
You get blocked. Okay, cool. You try again. But if you're down there, shoot the dang ball.
Exactly.
Or get fouled. Try to get fouled. Get the big guy in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that either. As we're talking about, like, you don't see that either of, oh, we got to get the big guy in trouble. Like, let's get their center out. This dude's like blocking everybody like crazy. Like, I remember games like they're like, yo, take it to the big man because he's a problem.
Yeah.
When do you hear that in the NBA now, where it's like, yo, center is taking just taking hands to everybody in this game?
Yeah.
It's just blowing out. I don't know a single center. It's all guards.
Yeah.
If it is a center, it's a center that's launching 3s, and it's not from the inside.
You mean like key players in the NBA?
Yeah.
I mean, there is Jokic.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But besides Jokic, there's like really nobody else.
Yeah. But again, you have Jokic that's bombing 3s.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean bombing like he's hitting 3s, like he's but to the inside game, it's rarely seen anymore.
It really isn't there.
And it's super frustrating.
Right.
Super frustrating. I was looking at I know this probably would never happen. It'd be crazy if it did, but it probably would never happen. I was looking at, because obviously, like, now we're going into the offseason. Celtics got to get rid of some people. And I was like, I don't know what, and I'm only going this off of what I've observed. I don't know who they would get rid of, but I was looking at, again, this outrageous possibility is they need a guard that is willing to drive.
Yeah.
And will drive and shoot on the interior.
Yeah.
On the inside. And as I was watching the playoffs, I thought to myself, Jalen Brunson would be an amazing pickup for the Celtics.
Yeah.
Because he's not afraid to shoot the 3, which obviously we've seen.
Yeah.
He's one of those players, he pisses you off because he's good. He's that good.
Yeah.
He's just not on your team.
Right.
I'm like, dude, this guy can hoop. He's the kind of guard, he's the type of guard that the Celtics need.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he's not afraid to shoot the 3.
He does a little of everything.
Does a little bit of everything.
He's a smart player. He has a very high IQ. Not that, like, other players on our team don't. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Like, if he knows something isn't working, he doesn't like do it again.
Yeah. And
like, if he's not scoring, if he's getting double teamed, like, he like gets the ball to other people instead of trying to do some outlandish crap.
Yeah, and he'll drive in. Like, he'll bump into the big guy, and obviously compared to the other players, like, he's not as big as the other players.
Yeah.
But he'll drive in, and he'll fall on the ground, he'll take a hit, and he'll try to throw it up.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to drive in and try to score from the inside.
Yeah.
or like we said, like if he's stuck, he'll kick it, which again we've seen in the playoffs from the Knicks.
Yeah.
We need a player like that, because I mean, I don't know what Drew Holiday is doing. I feel like I haven't seen any production from him.
Right.
He's a great player.
Yeah.
To me, I feel he's almost, and I could be wrong. Maybe it's just lack of basketball knowledge. To me, it feels like he's giving Marcus Smart vibes to me, in the sense of not really production on offense,
Yeah.
but amazing on defense.
Right.
I feel that's what he's giving me.
Yeah.
And
he has his days. Like he could be hitting, but like, yeah, like the offense is like inconsistent.
It's just I haven't seen, at least in the playoffs, in the regular season, it was like, oh, yeah, you see the highlights of, the top players of the game or whatever. And, Drew would pop up every once in a while. And it's like with the playoffs, I haven't, I mean, he has like 4 points.
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 assists. But like he's not putting up numbers. And I think they need him to put up those numbers. And that's where they're kind of lacking. What's his name? Dude, why can't I think of their guards right now?
The Knicks guards?
No, Celtics. Because you got Drew.
There's Pritchard. There's Derek White.
Pritchard's fine. Derek White. Same thing. Derek White, same thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't really drive. He's good with he's got the 3.
Yeah.
Which is helpful. But you need somebody that'll drive. He's good on defense. He's leading, I don't want to say he's leading in blocks, but I mean, he's got a lot of blocks for a guard.
Yeah.
I think he can, he can play, but it's like you just need somebody that's willing to just like run into somebody.
Right.
And I don't feel that the guards are. Pritchard might be.
Oh, yeah. Pritchard will go right at your throat.
Pritchard will definitely go right at your throat. He also is he is one that will too at the same time. Like he'll kind of do both, which is kind of like annoying in the sense of he will drive in, and then when you're right underneath the basket, he'll either will try to put it up or he'll just run out when he should have put it up.
Right.
And so I'm just like, oh, like
sometimes he'll just run out to the 3 and just shoot.
Yeah. And then what's frustrating too, half the time, is that they'll hit it. And I'm like, no, why are you shooting it to? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Hit it. Like, dang it. Like it's hard to be mad, but at the same time, I'm still mad.
Right.
Like you didn't need to shoot the 3. You were literally like half a step open.
Yeah.
Underneath the basket, and you chose to shoot a 3.
Right.
I'm glad you hit it, because a 3 obviously is more points than a 2. But you could have just taken the higher percentage shot.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, like why?
Yeah.
So
who do you think we would have to give up to get Brunson, or like to
get Brunson? I mean,
or like if not him,
I'm trying to think.
Like maybe they have like RJ Barrett. Or like any of the other like really good guards they have.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, a number of things would have to play out too. I mean, I don't know what his contract looks like.
Yeah.
Again, I'm speaking super hypotheticals. I don't know what his contract looks like. Also, depending on how far they go, or if they win the whole thing. Like if I win the whole thing, like unless my contract is up and they really can't afford me and I have to go, like I wouldn't see him leaving.
Right.
Somebody off the bench, that if they won that needed to get traded, I could see that. But him, if they won the whole thing, I don't think
I don't think they give up anybody if they won the whole thing.
No, unless
that would be pretty stupid on their part.
Yeah, like I said, it would have to be somebody deep off the bench.
Yeah.
That I got to get rid of to maybe free cap space, or just wasn't playing or whatever. But I mean, not necessarily the Knicks. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm trying to think of who we would get rid of. Which I've seen options for Derek White. I think there's somebody interested for Derek White.
Yeah,
I've seen obviously Porzingis.
Yeah. I could see Holiday going,
and I could see Holiday.
If not, he'll probably last like one more season.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Hauser.
I think they should get rid of Hauser. I love Hauser, but I think they should get rid of him.
Right.
I just haven't seen any. Again, another player I haven't seen. you did so great during the regular season. You were clutch for us.
Yeah.
But the playoffs, when it truly matters,
didn't do anything.
I haven't seen. I mean, I haven't seen you really get any minutes.
Yeah.
And then when you are in, I don't see anything.
I think it'd be more beneficial for him to be on a team where he can get a lot more minutes, or if not start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then he'll just get better. Like I want to see him, continue to flourish. He's still young.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
like I want to see him have a successful NBA career.
Yeah. I think the Celtics. I think for him, to what you're saying, I think the Celtics are just so stacked. I mean, in a good way. Obviously, it won them a championship, and just by poor luck, obviously,
but like
kind of cost them one.
It would hurt to get rid of anybody.
Well, I'm saying for Sam Hauser, it's hard to get minutes when you're up against everybody else that is also great.
Yeah.
Your starting five is already great. Obviously, a healthy starting five.
Yeah.
Is already great, and then now you're dealing with, you got Pritchard. That's probably ahead of you. Maybe, well, he could be the one, you could be the two, but I mean, you're competing against a lot of people.
Yeah.
For him in that spot. So I just think, again, to your point, I think if you can get him on a team where he could be a starter, I think he would kind of flourish a little bit more. He's getting more minutes,
yeah,
more playing time, just being able to execute a little bit better.
Yeah.
Hopefully kind of expand on his game a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
even defensively, I don't really see too much like, oh, Sam Hauser steals the ball. It's more like, they steal the ball and then it's a kick out to Sam Hauser who sinks the three.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think from what I've heard, it's either Porzingis, Derek White, and Drew Holiday, and I think Sam Hauser could be an option too.
Yeah,
for sure. And then I mean, I don't know who else they have on deep in their bench. Some of the guys from the G League that have been popping up.
JV Davison. He signed an official contract with us.
Okay,
I think it was like a 2-year contract or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
But we drafted him. I think like late first round or second round. 3 years ago. And yeah, I mean they've kept him in the D League to develop, and he turned out to be, G League MVP. He was killing it in the league this year. Like he averaged like 30 something points a game, easily the best. So like now it's his time. So I mean, getting rid of Hauser and like some other players on the bench, that would open him up more.
Yeah,
and that way we would continue to develop Jordan Walsh as well, which I think he's going to be really good.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, unless you get rid of White,
yeah,
you could bump Pritchard up to starter.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's kind of earned it.
Yeah.
Just the way that he's played this past season, obviously 6-man award.
Yeah.
I think he's reached. I think, if you had to, I wouldn't be mad at seeing Pritchard start.
Oh yeah, I think he should.
So I think you got your, and again, if you're unable to secure a Jalen Brunson type of guard, which I think is still a couple levels above Pritchard as far as, what he can do, I think you're fine with having Pritchard go.
Yeah.
If you're getting rid of White and you're like, oh, and maybe Porzingis, and you're like, oh, let's save some money for a center.
Yeah.
I think you're fine. Excuse me. I think you're fine with Pritchard starting.
Right. Exactly.
Just develop, the bench that you have.
Yeah.
So.
Around Tatum and Brown. Obviously, as long as it doesn't involve JB and JT, like, we're fine.
Yeah. I think JB's got to. I mean, that was the other thing that I heard. I feel like JB didn't step up when it was needed.
Yeah.
When especially when Tatum was out those 2 games.
Right.
Obviously, it was only, it seems like so much longer. It was only 2 games.
Yeah.
But I feel he could have stepped up a little bit more. And I don't know. It could have been the injury. It could have been a number of things. But,
yeah.
I just feel like there was just a lack of presence in just the team itself.
Right.
as they kind of finished out. And again, I think they just didn't show up. I think they just tapped out and were just like, yeah, we're just gonna kind of bow out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we're just gonna book a trip to Cabo and call it a night.
Yeah, it's like what Jokic said. He was doing his press interview after they got bumped out, which I'm like, I didn't want them to get bumped out. I was hoping they were going to beat OKC. I don't want OKC to win.
I would have wanted the Nuggets to win again.
Yeah,
I would have wanted to see that.
See, I wouldn't.
If not the T-Wolves,
I would have liked to see the T-Wolves. I wanted Denver to knock out OKC, and then the Wolves to knock out the Nuggets.
Yeah,
because I would like to see the Timberwolves win. I think they were one of the teams. I think we looked this up the other day. One of the teams that hasn't won yet, I think, was the Timberwolves.
They haven't won yet. No,
the Knicks have won. So I mean, I wouldn't be mad at seeing a Knicks and Timberwolves finals.
Yeah, no, that would be dope.
I don't want to see OKC. I just don't like them. I don't know. They're just one of those.
They're overrated.
Yeah, it's
like
just,
they're a really good team,
mm-hmm.
but they still have a lot to learn.
Yeah, they just get. I don't know.
They're not it.
I don't know what it is. Like the Knicks are a good team.
Yeah,
but when it comes to OKC, they just rub me the wrong way, and I don't know what it is.
I think they're cocky.
Yeah, it could be that. And just the hype over SGA, stuff that you see, whatever, I think they're just overhyped. I mean, they had a good season. I'm not going to, a win is a win. You had a really great season.
But like, can they do it again and again and again? You know what I mean? That's where they'll get my full on respect.
Right. Like if you made it to you already made it to the Western Conference Finals and then you bowed out. Like that's not a bad look.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be it could be a tough look based on the record that you had during the regular season. But again, the playoffs are a whole different beast.
Yeah.
Because were the Celtics won last year? I think the Celtics were one last year. Ranked one.
Number one. Yeah, we were.
I think we were ranked first. But still, I mean, there's been plenty of number one seeds that
sometimes get knocked out the first round. You don't see it often, but like I've seen an 8 seed, blow out a 1 seed.
Yeah. So we'll see. I think I saw something like Porzingis going to the Lakers, and I'm not happy about it. If that were to happen,
I'd be so pissed.
I'd be so mad. Like you can go to any other team. I just don't want to see you on the Lakers. That would be horrible. Especially if LeBron is still playing too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Lakers. That's like our main rival. Which would also be weird. Like we just beat you guys and we have the most championships.
Yeah.
And then you go to the team that is. But I think I might be okay if LeBron retires and then he goes to the Lakers. I'd be more okay.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't be happy. But I'd be more okay if Porzingis were to go to the Lakers if LeBron is not there.
Right.
I think that would be good. I mean, I think they need a center anyways. Well, they actually have to play their tall people first.
Yeah.
Because they had a whole stack of tall people, of big men, and didn't play them, and that's why they lost.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. But I'm kind of hoping for a Minnesota and Knicks finals.
Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty cool one to see.
That'd be crazy.
I wonder if Edwards is. I haven't seen anything yet, but I remember. Oh, because I saw a thing yesterday. I think the Timberwolves got kind of spanked yesterday, but he had twisted his ankle and he left the game. Which is almost crazy because I was thinking about this too. I was looking at the playoffs in themselves. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up just so I can have a visual reference. But if you look at the teams, right, like a lot of their big players have all gotten some sort of crazy injury. Wait, trending Kristaps Porzingis. I'm trying to figure this. Oh, I saw Porzingis and the Knicks, and I went, "There's no
Yeah,
shot."
no, that's an edit. he was already there.
Well, no, it was because he was showing love to the Knicks fans, like, and just their support. But then somebody, of course, you see something like this, and you're like, no, are showing interest in acquiring Porzingis. Bro, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, hold on. I got distracted. Sorry, guys. So, give me the full playoffs. So we got Grizzlies. What's his name got hurt?
Was it Ja again?
Ja, yeah. Ja got hurt, and then they lost.
Yeah.
Then you have, who are these guys? Clippers. I feel like somebody from the Clippers got hurt too. LeBron gets hurt. Rockets were kind of fine. But then Golden State, Curry gets hurt.
Yeah.
They lose. I think Miami had somebody hurt. I think wasn't Hero hurt?
I'm not sure.
Or he just didn't step up. It was one or the other. Cavs, I feel like somebody got hurt. The Bucks, Lillard got hurt.
Yep.
They lost. And then the Celtics, Tatum, and now Edwards on the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
It's like some key player. It's not even like somebody off the bench.
It's like a 5-star.
Yeah, like dude, is somebody like planting something in the water of the NBA for all these star players to getting hurt? I'm like, you guys taking care of yourselves? Like, what is happening? But like, I'm just tired of seeing like the main players get hurt. Like Tatum's injury was crazy. I was like, oh, like he's just gonna hurt himself and like then come back, and then they were like, yeah, blown Achilles, and I went,
yeah.
We watched that game live.
Dude, I saw the replay. I'm like, yo, that does not look good. He is holding the back of his foot.
Mm-hmm.
That could be an Achilles.
Yep.
I was hoping not. I was hoping it was just an ankle, but
right. I'm like, yo, I'd be more happy with it.
I mean, it makes sense because, like, obviously, if you tear your Achilles, you're gonna be holding here. If you sprain your ankle, you're gonna be holding here.
Yeah. Was it the same foot that he did his ankle? Because remember he twisted his ankle?
I'm pretty sure it's the same foot.
Yeah, so I mean, I could see you're just, you're maybe still recovering.
Yeah.
Because like I'm still recovering from the first week of March. I like really twisted my right ankle.
Oh yes,
like really bad. And then I don't know, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, I'm just hooping around. Like I'm not even doing anything crazy. I think I turned to do like a fadeaway.
Yeah.
And I rotate my left ankle. So now I have like 2 sprained ankles. I'm still trying to get the right one back to where it is. I think once I'm done all my traveling, if it still feels even like kind of how it is right now, I might go get it checked out.
Yeah.
Like, especially at that point, I might just get both of them checked out.
I would, for sure.
Because like my fear is like this homeboy is just chilling broken. Like I can run, I can jump, I can hoop. Like I can't do like massive impact because like I was doing jump boxes the other day and I came home and like my ankle was swollen. And I was like, oh, maybe I just, but then I'm like, is it sore because I'm reactivating things that I haven't in a while and it's trying to like strengthen them up? Or is there like something there?
Yeah.
And then now like my buddy's been trying to do some ankle mobility and jumping stuff to help me with playing basketball and just staying athletic. Yeah. So now both my Achilles hurt. I'm walking around super sore. Can't like walk around. I'm like,
I do know that like once you have like one, what do you call it? Lower body injury. Like if it's like, say if I sprain my ankle on this side, like now there's like a slight imbalance for the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now there's a chance that like the other one can go if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So like now, like once that injury is healed, now you got to work on, strengthening up both sides and, making sure both sides are good and working on your imbalances.
Yeah.
And the stuff that you don't notice, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Your body compensates for the other side.
Yeah.
it's like you hurt this ankle and then all of a sudden this hip hurts.
Right.
It's like, because your hip is now supporting everything else.
Because when I came back from my Achilles injury, like I thought I was like good enough to play full court ball, but it wasn't like quite there yet.
Yeah.
I tried to get on too early. I went up for a jump shot, and then like my knee hurt for a while. I busted my knee.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah,
it wasn't just soreness. Like there was something going on in there. Like just a minor injury, I think.
Gotcha. Yeah,
it took a while to heal.
Have I played? I haven't played a full game, a full court game. I played half court. Like I was stupid me. I was like still trying to play with like my ankles super swollen. I mean, I like wrapped it up and I finally started wrapping it up and stuff, but I haven't played ever since the injury. I think we started playing half court. One, because I wanted to play and I didn't want to run up and down the court.
Yeah.
And then two, I don't think I've played a full court game since. So I'm interested to see. But even then, I don't think I would go hard.
Yeah.
Running and diving and all that other fun stuff that I try to do.
I don't anymore, for sure not.
Yeah, I mean,
like if I know I'm gonna make a play that, or like sometimes I'll have the urge to go for the ball, like lose ball. Sometimes I'll I don't know, just do the stuff that I did when I was like 15. I'm not gonna go in and like dunk it anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, like if I know I'm gonna get hurt on a certain play, like I just lay off.
Yeah, like I'll run. I mean, especially when I play with the kids, like I'll hustle to go get the ball. Yeah. I won't like dive on the floor like I would in college, because it's like, dude, I'm not playing for a team,
right?
But or even like when I'm driving, I mean, I might drive in a little hard to like, because some of the kids are a little bit bigger than me, just like height wise. So I'll try to like kind of muscle them a little bit. But like when they come at me, one, I try not to play too aggressive, which like I might start just to make them better.
Yeah.
But I try not to, because I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
Because I got easily maybe 60 pounds on some of them.
Yeah.
So even some of the taller ones, I'm like, dude, I outweigh you by like 50 pounds. Like,
I wouldn't worry about that, but I mean they're skinny, right? Most of them.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean that's another thing, but like when I was in high school and like even after, like I was helping develop a young player from Maine, because I used to go up there every summer.
Oh yeah.
And like he was very good at a young age, like 4 or 5 years old, like already playing with grown-ups and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
So like I would push him around quite a bit, and it did make him a lot better.
Yeah, I try to muscle them up a little bit. I'm like, dude, you're going to face people that are bigger than you.
Yeah.
Whether it's height, whether it's weight, so you need to get used to it.
Right.
So this isn't to bully you around, so please don't take it that way.
It's to teach you how to play with contact.
Yeah. Because they're afraid of me. If I dribble the ball down, nobody wants to guard me. I'm like, dude, I'm almost 37 years old.
Yeah.
I might still be a little bit quick, but you guys are as quick, if not quicker, than I am.
Yeah.
I can't, I don't really do a lot of jumping, so I'm not jumping as high as you guys are.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're afraid of. Yeah, I can dribble a little bit, but again, I don't play probably as often as you guys do, even though I have access to a gym.
Right.
So I don't know. They just get afraid. I'm like, dude, you have nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah.
So just play. Just play ball. But
speaking of recovery, I'm still recovering from this afternoon.
What?
I played outside.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't play a game. We were just shooting around, but
yeah, dude, I feel like now I just shoot around. I'm like, yo, why are my ankles like so sore?
Yeah,
my body hurts. I'm like, I want to like not hurt anymore. I need to make enough money where I can just go like
get a massage every day.
Yeah, massage every day, cryo freeze, like wrap myself up.
Yeah,
get the treatment I need. I feel like, yes, I know I'm almost 37, but I personally feel like my body shouldn't feel the way that it does yet. Yes, right. I am a lifer athlete, but I still don't feel. I feel like there are still things that I can do to be preventative on the way my body feels.
Right.
Like I know I don't stretch as much as I should, and I feel like that's probably mainly one of the reasons why my body aches, because again, it's mostly lower half.
Yeah.
2, like, with my Achilles stuff now, like I feel like it's my calves are tight, and I need to like see like a good, sports therapist or sports massage, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Those dudes that got like the iron bars that literally will scrape down your thing to loosen everything up.
Cupping, like deep tissue massages.
Yeah, like I need one of those. Like, yo, get in, like put your elbow in it, put your weight into it, and just like because I feel like I can feel it in my calf.
Yeah.
Like how tight it is, and obviously that extends straight into your Achilles.
Yeah.
And like I think that's part of my problem.
Oh yeah, I would start there.
Yeah, which frustrated me too, because I've at least in my right foot, I had that. Yeah, Ian, you're right. Stretching, absolutely.
Yeah.
I had the issue in college. Like I missed a lot of races because of my Achilles. Because obviously when you're sprinting, you're running on your toes. Well, obviously you can't really stand on your toes if your Achilles hurt. So I missed a lot of races, and what frustrated me, obviously like looking back, it's like, yo, I went to the trainers and y'all just did stem on my foot.
Yeah.
Like I feel you should have been a little bit more knowledgeable. If I could figure it out as just a standard, civilian of not knowing medicals or physiology, whatever you want to call it,
sports medicine.
Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. To be able to figure out that your calf could be the reason why your Achilles hurts.
Yeah.
Like, yo, y'all should have been like deep tissue in my calf this whole time.
Right.
And you didn't, and you made me miss out on probably opportunities. I feel like I could have been a little bit better at track than I was.
It's your fault.
Well, I mean, with track, it's like, you kind of.
That's even more wear and tear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it's like, for a lot of us, you miss a week, you miss 2 weeks of practice or whatever, or, a meet. That it's not that it's hard to come back from, but you got to like work to get back at it. So I was always like constantly trying to work back at it to get back at a level. So I was constantly just like up and down.
Yeah.
Of, all right, I'm getting really good. My times are decreasing up, and the ankle, my Achilles hurts. All right, so let's recover. Let's not run on it because you want it to heal. And then, all right, now we're back at it. And then it's like just constantly up and down.
Yeah.
I just feel like.
Do you do Achilles stretches?
I do.
On a regular basis, yeah.
I try to.
That's good.
I've been doing the bands. So like before we work out, like whether it's like back day, because we'll do like deadlifts, or obviously when we do legs is, we'll have the bands, and then like, we'll dorsiflex and all that other stuff. We'll rotate it. We'll do, side to side, those kind of things.
Yeah.
Just to work out. I know that's a little bit more ankle stuff, but we'll kind of, do some strides and stuff that, work out the calves and all that other stuff. But yeah, I think part of it is just more of the stretching.
Yeah.
Stretching is definitely key, like Ian said.
Yeah.
Also reminding myself by saying that.
Yes, always stretch.
Yeah, I tell the kids all the time at my job, if I can leave you guys anything, for the athletes.
Yeah.
If I can leave you guys anything, stretch.
Yeah.
Please stretch. I remember even.
Especially if you like, aside from sports, especially if you have a physical job, you know what I mean?
That too, for sure. Because I remember leaving practice in college from track and not stretching. But it's like your muscles are a little more loose and malleable, and repair a little bit easier. Whereas like now, but it's like if I had kind of kept that routine in college, maybe it wouldn't be as bad as it is now.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But it's I think for me it's also a time thing, with working out the way that I do now. It's like we finish and then I have to hop in the shower and then get into work because I'm able to do it before I go in. So it's like I don't have time to stretch. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just stretch when I'm at the office. But then all of a sudden I find myself sitting at my desk.
Yeah.
Working. I'm working, but I'm not stretching. So then all of a sudden the kids are showing up and I'm like, oh man, I'm so sore.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you didn't stretch. Ian says going to a professional massage is best, but don't forget to just massage your own muscles every day. Yeah, I have a massage gun. I keep meaning to.
I have one, but I don't fucking use it.
I'm telling you, it just sits in my closet, and I keep telling myself to pull it back out again. Your own muscles every day, especially the muscles you push a little. Just moving that tissue around releases so much. Yeah, for sure. I need to just find a timing sucks, and this is why I want to, get people to help with the pod and try to kind of manage my schedule.
Yeah, we need to bring in team doctors too.
Yeah, right. As we're getting ready for a pod, like yo, y'all
primarily for L.Y.F.E and J Faith.
Yo, yeah, y'all getting ready for like hooping? Nah, we getting ready for a podcast. So
yeah,
stretch me out real quick, for real. But yeah, I think I want to try to. I mean, that making more time for reading the word and stuff like that. I've kind of lost track of that as well too. Just getting into those important, that important stuff too.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm just all over. I feel like I'm all over the place, and I just need to get back to, like, I need like another day of, like, I don't know if it's like a day off, which I was supposed to be off Monday and I completely forgot.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym, worked out with my buddy, and then just stepped in the office. And they're like, "Yeah, I thought you weren't here today." And I was like, I completely forgot, because like I just pick random days.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, I forgot." And then like, "So you want to stay?" And I was like, "Well, I'm like kind of here." And like I did have stuff that I needed to do, so I was like, you know what, I'm here. It's whatever.
Yeah,
like
just knock it out. And
again, it wasn't like I had something planned that day. It was just, I was just trying to take leave. Well, it was, I'm trying to take one day a month off outside of like a holiday. Like I'll include the holiday too, but just a day to, either recoup, maybe focus on some other things, like, whether it's the pod or music, like, take 2 hours to write, take another 2 to research something for the pod.
Yeah.
Take another hour, take some photos of the merch for Have More Faith.
Yeah.
Just a day to kind of reorganize myself. Okay, where am I at? What do I need to work on? Can I work, let's work on that right now. Or, let's plan some things out for the next month or so.
Right. Yeah.
My own team meeting, if you will. But I just completely forgot. So it's whatever.
Right.
Maybe I'll do it Monday, because I don't know if my wife has Memorial Day off. We'll see. Maybe she does. She has like 3 of the major holidays off. I'm like, there's like 20. How do you only get 3? But
right.
Her job is.
How often do you lift? You do like 5 days a week?
Right now, which I do want to go more, because I want to get into some more cardio, which I'm hoping will help in some weight loss, nothing major. So I do Monday. I work out with my buddy right now. I'm trying to figure out this summer, because summer we're not going to be able to work out together, just because the schedule looks a little different.
Yeah.
Monday we do legs. Tuesday we do push, and then tomorrow we'll do pull. So, some back, a little bit more, some shoulders, and biceps.
Yeah.
We'll do biceps, and then push day we'll do triceps too. So that's all I do right now. So just 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. I mean, I've definitely seen a lot of results. Like, I'm benching 225. I'm getting my squat, my squat back up. Yeah, we just did. We did a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rotation yesterday. But even like on the lower amounts, like 305, or not 305. Like 2. What am I looking at? 205. 195 area. 35s on each side.
Yeah.
I'm able to do more than what I used to. Like, I used to only be able to do like 2, and now it's slowly progressing.
Yeah.
I was even walking around, not to toot my own horn, but I walked into church the other day, and my buddy, this is the second time somebody said it to me, like, yo. Well, the first one was like, yo, you look skinnier. And I was like, to me, I'm like, I have super bad body dysmorphia, that I'm like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
And then the other guy yesterday was like, yo, you look big, bro. Like, why you look so big? I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, what can I say? But I'm like, oh, maybe it is.
It's all natural.
Yeah. Yeah, no steroids.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe it is showing. And just because you see it every day, you're kind of oblivious to it. But who knows? Whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's been helping. It's been cool. But it's cool to have somebody to work out with. That's what I've been looking for.
Yeah.
But the summer is going to be interesting because I won't have somebody to work out with.
Yeah.
Because I'll probably go back to getting up at 3:15, going to the gym early, and then going into work. So we'll see. We shall see, which I got to figure out because school year is almost over. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I may just have him, like the days that we don't get to meet, I'm like, yo, send me the workout. And I'll just do it at my gym.
Yeah.
Which he does. So trying to pull up our little thing. All right. So Celtics should be interesting. Playoffs. Hoping for the Knicks and the Wolves. Stretch. Take care of yourselves, please.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right. We got playoffs. Let's dive into some Netflix stuff.
Netflix.
So let's do Love, Death, and Robots first, because I feel like it'd be a little quicker. So yeah, so
Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. So I just got I don't know if anybody else has seen this. I think it's been out for a little bit. It's called Love, Death, and Robots. I just got kind of hooked onto it a little bit. It's a pretty cool show. Life and I actually just watched an episode right before we started airing. It's a little, some of it's funny, but it's cool. It gives me some Black Mirror vibes.
Yeah.
But like in its own way.
But like Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it has its little humor in there. But then there's like some serious ones. I'm like, dang, bro. But basically, it's, you know, there's some, they're all it's just like Black Mirror. They're all different. They're unrelated. It's not something like, oh, I missed that episode. Out of loop. No.
Yeah.
But they all, you know, start some certain way. You get a certain vision of what the episode is gonna be like, and then like 2 minutes before it's over, it's like bam, plot twist.
Yeah.
Like every episode has like a major plot twist where you're just like, oh, I did not. What the heck just happened?
Right.
Like there's been so many like things that I just did not expect. Like people fight. Yeah, I don't want to give too many.
We were watching this before starting the pod. And like the end of the first episode, I'm like, yo, like, why is there a bunch of cats?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden coming out, there's like 100 of them.
Yeah, like at first you see the cats, and again, I'm not giving, we'll give away the first episode. It's the first episode. Relax, people. But anyways, yeah. You think, oh, the cats are cute. They, they survived. This one cat survives, and then all of a sudden, like just as the episode, and they're short episodes. They're only like 20 minutes, 13 minutes, whatever. Soon as the episode is almost over, all of a sudden the cat can talk.
Yeah,
he's got opposable thumbs, and there's mad other cats, and they're just gonna take over these robots and make them basically slaves. Like, why the cat? It's so many questions. Like, why cats?
Yeah.
Like, how did they survive a post-apocalyptic society? And then, yeah, just why cats? Like, why did people decide that they were going to give them opposable thumbs? Like, why not dogs or I don't know, gorillas. Any other? Yeah, any. Well, I think they do have opposable thumbs. Gorillas have.
Oh yeah, they do. But
yeah. But like,
I mean, that would have made more sense though.
Yeah, like still gorillas around or something, like, some more malleable creature,
they could have been morphing into like a different version of a human.
Yeah, something.
You know what I mean? Something that made sense.
Yeah, but it was just like
it's random, but
yeah.
There's some good lines in there. It's all comedy.
Yeah. That one was funny. But yeah, just cats, opposable thumbs, and then they just wanted to be pet. Just pet us.
Yeah.
And open up our food. I was like, okay. But there's some interesting. There was one that was like yogurt takes over.
Yeah.
Like yogurt. Like legit yogurt. I was like, where is this going? Some of them you're just like, what? But again, it's like Black Mirror. Like makes you think for a second.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wait, what? And then there was another one. I'm not spoiling anything. It had to do with Hitler, and it was like different timelines, but not like timelines in the sense of, it was like different scenarios of ways Hitler can die, and then what the effects of that would be based on how he died.
Okay.
But it wasn't just, and it was in this weird, goofy, like cartoony type of thing, which made it like more fun and playful.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like your normal standard, like I went back in time and killed Hitler, and then like, you know, there was no World War II. It was just like weird scenarios, like he trips over something and then like gets hit by a car. To some other like super weird ones, you're just like, okay, now you guys are just like pulling the most random crap out of your, you know. So but it like it had me hooked in. I was like, okay, like what's gonna happen next? So I think people should check it out. I think it was cool. I think the animation is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I'll dive into more tonight.
Yeah, they do a little bit of animation. So this was the other thing that I wanted to talk about really quick, because I want to get into All American before we wrap up. So they do some episodes that have some, I would say, Call of Duty like graphics.
Yeah.
You know, where the people look very real. But when I look at Call of Duty, you could like see that it's still kind of that animation.
Yeah.
Or like it's animation versus like it's hard to tell. I can't tell. But then I watched this show and it's like, dude, I really can't tell if it's real or not.
Right.
Like at first glimpse, like when it first pops on, I'm like, yo, are these real people or is it like animated?
Yeah.
Until like you finally watching, you're like, okay, like I can get a glimpse that it is animated.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, if you can get that deep with it, yo, why can't Call of Duty do that?
Right.
Because these people look legit.
They do, yeah.
And it's like, why?
Like, the way you got to shoot a gun is legit as well. You know
yeah.
I mean? You actually have to go and aim and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's not even dive into it. Just, shooting and death logic when it comes to Call of Duty, because we could be here forever.
Yeah.
Still drives me nuts. But anyways, yeah, I was just like, you guys did a really good job with these graphics. Why can't you do that for Call of Duty?
That was the best I've ever seen any kind of animation. You know
That's what I'm saying.
Like even the live action like Lion Kings and stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
It was, like, I mean, that's pretty damn good too, but that was a step above it, I think.
Yeah, like obviously, like, you know, as you're watching, you're like, okay, it is animated, but you're just like, that's really tough.
Yeah,
because it could go either way.
Yeah,
like you're like one step from reality and then like one step into animation.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you guys did a really good job. So they need to, like, whoever is the designer for Call of Duty, y'all need to tap, if you haven't already. Please go tap into what is it? Love, Death, Robots. Cool. I thought it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
So check it out. My opinion. And then so we got All American just released their new season. This guy over here went and watched the entire thing already.
You know, I've seen every single episode of every season.
Jeez. I'm just on, I mean, I'm on the last season.
Yeah.
But I think I'm 1 or 2 episodes in.
Yeah.
Because I saw let's see if I don't ruin anything for people. I saw the beach where they were playing football.
Yeah.
And he got caught. I'm not really giving anything away. I saw that part. I saw them cleaning up the office. I'm trying to think what else did I see? I saw the new coach start.
Yeah.
For
Beverly.
For Beverly.
Yeah.
I was like, I see the B. I could see it. I saw him start the struggles with. I think that's where I kind of left off. Was him start, like, his first practice. He was like if you don't want to be here, like, get out of here.
Right. Yeah.
Like, we're here.
This is not Beverly. This is Cash's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, this guy's full left pocket.
Yeah.
But.
And then you see later on, like, all the stuff that he was going through and stuff like that. Like, it just, like, slowly reveals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, at least at where I'm at right now, I like kind of don't like it because I feel like they've drifted away from this. Again, I'm probably only 2 episodes. Being 2 episodes in, I'm probably missing a lot.
You'll see how it connects.
Okay.
Because like it doesn't like this is like the introduction. It's like a long introduction because like they're diving into like a new story. You know what I mean? Based off of like the main characters.
Yeah, I think that's what's throwing
so
me.
like it doesn't get into like the meat and potatoes of it until like the middle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta hang on a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just I'm like, man, like you dumped new characters, especially the first episode because it was all new people. You didn't really. I think the only one you saw was
Jordan.
Yeah. Everybody else was brand new, and I was like, dude, what is that? I'm like, did they just like continue the series, but just like, oh, let's just introduce a new story. Ha, ha, ha. But from what you're saying, it's gonna eventually tie in. So
yeah,
I gotta be a little patient. Okay. All right, I'm gonna try to hold on.
Because like for maybe like 4 episodes, I'm like, well, yo, where's Spencer? But then he, like later on he pops up. Like,
oh, okay. I'm like, you give me one voicemail and that's it, and it's like, oh, hang on, hope to see you soon. Like, what? No.
Where the hell are you?
Like, dude, you're like the main dude of this.
Yeah.
Like, come back. I'm still mad that their dad died.
Yeah.
Coach Baker. I'm still mad about that. I feel like it was just like, I don't know, outside of the show.
Yeah.
If he was trying to film a movie or didn't want to do the show anymore, and they were just like, oh, we got to kill him off.
Yeah.
Type of deal. But I feel like they didn't like. I feel like him leaving wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because there was a lot of episodes after his death where he was like in there and like, as a ghost or, the father, giving fatherly advice later on. I feel like if you want to kick me out, unless it was like, dude, like we hired you for this and you need to do it whether you like it or not type of deal. But it didn't show. But I mean, you got to pay him, so it's like,
right.
If he doesn't want to do it, then you don't got to pay him. You just save yourself some money. But
right, exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of butthurt about that. But
because like Coach Baker and Spencer like made the whole entire thing. You know what I mean? That was.
And it was just, I don't know. It was like kind of just random. It was just like, oh, bus gets hit.
Yeah.
Let's get everybody off, and then all of a sudden, like, he was the only one. It was just kind of like just quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just weird. It was just weird how it happened. I don't know.
But I think there is gonna be a season 8.
Think so? Okay.
Because of the way it ended.
I'm gonna have to catch up now.
Yeah.
Now I gotta catch up. Between Love, Death, and Robots, and All American, I'm gonna have those some things, and all the anime shows that I'm watching now. I gotta catch up.
A lot of shit.
Well, I got some plane rides coming up, so I got some time to some traveling. So I got some time. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I can occupy my time a little bit too.
Right.
And when I'm traveling, I have my own room, so I can stay up and watch whatever I want.
Oh, word.
So that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
That'll be cool too. So, word. Cool, man. Sweet. Thanks to everybody that's kind of tapped in with us. Shout out to MOCG. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Ian, Chemic, Just for Kicks.
Much love, y'all.
Who else? I want to make sure I didn't forget. Yeah. Ian, Just for Kicks, Chemic. Shout out to y'all. Chemic, I know that I'm probably a little bit late, but we're good. We're chilling. Everything is good. It can look a little chaotic, at least from my side. But we're here, we're alive, we're breathing, we're blessed. God has given us another day. Grateful for it. Grateful for this opportunity to have this pod, talk with y'all. So things really can't be that bad. You know what I mean? Clothes on our back, food on our plate, roof over our house.
Yep.
Let's be grateful for what we got. So any final thoughts before we wrap up, man?
Nah, not really.
Just be on the lookout for new music. Check out
after this, watch Love and Robots and or All American.
Yeah, check it out on Netflix. We are not sponsored by Netflix, but be sure to check it out. Yeah, man, this has been super cool as always. Shout out to Krispy. We miss you, homie. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling better, and we'll see you very soon.
Also, be on the lookout for me and Michael Murphy III's new collab album. Very close to being done. We're getting it mixed and mastered. We have a lot of shit planned for that, so stay tuned. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Word up. Sweet. Yeah, I still working on some music stuff, but we'll hopefully be seeing some new music coming. I am still making music. Don't you worry.
We don't reveal nothing until it's ready.
Nope, not anymore. I'm trying to keep all my stuff secret, but we are working. Shout out to Mertz. Shout out to just MOCG, the team, Crispy, everybody. Shout out to you all. Again, God bless everybody. Appreciate y'all. Prayers to everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. But until next time, my name is J Faith.
Life.
And this is the Right Mind Podcast. We'll catch y'all next time.
What's up?